Hi gamers, it's SFG here and we're taking another look at a mod. This one's a bit different. It's a mod that really expands on and enhances the current items in the game. So it adds a few new items, it shakes some things up with the existing items, and I think it makes them a lot more, well, fun first off, and interesting as well. It makes them a lot more tactically deep. So before we get into it proper, I just want to show you how you get mods, because I think we've skipped over this a few times. I just want to make sure it's fairly clear on how to do this. So what you'll do is you go to Steam, you'll search for Shadows of Forbidden Gods, and then you go to the Community tab. So Community here, click on this. And it'll take you to this page here. Then what you want to click on is the workshop, and this is the same if it's in Steam or if it's through a browser. Ignore all my messages, apologies. And then so you click on the workshop and it'll bring up here, or you can see all these different, look at all these mods, right? All of these are mods, so you can see things like Deep Ones Plus there, Ixus, Kings of Cups, we've covered him, we've covered this. Kishi, God of Bloodshed, covered him. God the Living Void, we're going to cover very soon. And God Chandelure the Cursed Bloom, we're also going to cover very soon. But what we're covering now is this, Keeper Item Additions and Enhancements. So what you do if you want to add this is you click this. You bring up this page, you can read about the changes, you can upvote it as you should do using this here, okay. Assuming you like it, you can favourite it and so on and give awards, but then you subscribe here, you press this tick button, you'll be subscribed then to that mod. So I've already done it on my Steam, so I'm not going to do it on this as well because I think it might bug out then, but I've already got this and it's such a fantastic, so just read this quick brief description here. So enhances and rebalances items while adding a few new ones. See pin discussion for full list of features. Should be compatible with other mods that add new items. To uninstall, simply disable the mod, then restart the game. Okay, so easy enough. We've got no mod bugs as far as we're aware, and the features are the features. So let's click on the features here, I believe. Here we go. So this is what he's added. Parsalian here is added already. So mod features, market changes. Markets can spawn legendary items at high enough prosperity. That's new, right? Previously markets could only spawn up to a certain level and it was fairly common, the items there. Item cost now depends on rarity. I love this change. So not everything's 35 gold, right? If it's more rare, it's more expensive, as you'd imagine. Infiltrated markets won't sell to heroes. Massive change. Some of this is quite heavy balance changes, but I think it's quite good actually. Force restocking items gives an improved chance of rare and legendary items. That's a great change as well. And then we've got item changes, visuals and flavour text for several items changed. And then we've got a load of gameplay things, and I'm going to cover in brief, but you can see, you could pause the video here and read this at your leisure, or you can get the mod yourself and check it. But there's new art for a lot of the weapons and items. There's different types of shield that do different things. The hoods do different things now. The Jar of Poverty. There's so many different things now, and it's really, really. I think it's great. I think the changes are really, really good. There's also new items here. Tailored Shirt increases command by 1. Circlet of Lordship increases command by 2. Scroll of Lore increases lore by 1, and Candlelit Staff increases lore by 2. Love these names. 4 potions, which increase attributes by 3 for 20 turns, usable by you and the heroes. Interesting, I like the way that is. And healing potions, here's another big one. Healing potions are drinkable out of combat for you and your heroes. So that's quite a big change actually. You can actually drink them when you're not in combat, which previously you couldn't do, so that's a good thing. You can go into combat a bit higher buffed if somebody's going to one-shot you if you didn't heal with the potion, if that makes sense. So good changes, some of these, really, really good changes. We're going to cover them, I'm going to jump into the game now and show you. But like I say, all you do to get this, go back to the description here, click the subscribe button. That is literally it. You'll get a quick update in your game, job done. That's all you need to do. Right, let's jump into a game and I'll show you some of these items. We'll buy a couple and we'll see how we get on with them, and I'll maybe cover a few of the differences. See you in a second. Okay, so I've loaded up a game here, guys. Ignore the God, don't you worry about that. We'll be talking about that another time. Everything is fine. But I've loaded up this game here and I've got a few items. I was going to get a couple more, but I really want to show this off quite quickly. So let's just cycle through a couple of the agents here and I'll show you some of the things they have. So Warlord Talis here, he's at the city of Omiton. And he's got this, the banner, standard, but he's also got this flintlock pistol. Now look at this here, loaded with a single shot, so it can only be used once in combat, and then it's done, right? It deals 5 damage to an enemy minion, or 2 damage to the enemy hero if they have no minions. This damage ignores defense. What? I love it, right? Look at this straight away. So I believe this can one-shot knights, I'm pretty sure, which feels quite apt. So let's have a quick look. HP 5, look. Can't one-shot a paladin, but it'll do some good damage to them, right? And it's weaker against heroes, which also makes sense. You know, it's more of a... You're not just going to one-shot a hero, right? That's kind of narratively weak. But killing the minions is absolutely on point. I really like this. Really like it. It also gives a way to perhaps get those sniping kills if they've got the military escorts as well, with characters like the Baroness. So super interesting. Great change. But look at this. This is what I wanted to bring it in there for. Look what's in the list of here things to buy. So we've got another flintlock pistol. I was thinking about getting 2. I could buy this lovely shirt, tailored clothes. 35 gold at the cost of 35 gold. The market will restock another item. Yes. Spun from the finest silk, this shirt gives others the impression that the wearer has wealth and connections. Grants +1 command. A bit weird, it doing that to an orc warlord in my opinion, but we'll disregard that for a moment. Actually, it'd be cool if the creator of this, if you're watching this video by any chance, maybe you could add in like requirements. So, you know, an orc warlord can't buy this, right? Because they're too, you know, let's be honest, they ain't going to be in a tailored shirt. Do you know what I'm saying? But look at this. Oh, what? Enchanted axe. 70 gold, first off. All these are 35. Are standard. 70 gold this. The market will restock on the item with an increasing chance of rare base. Yes. This bespelled great axe can cleave through metal, bone, and spirit alike. Grants +2 might. Awesome. Been nerfed a bit since the war axe has, by the way. It used to be a war axe, but 70 gold. Oh, what a change. I'm going to buy this, but what a change. Just so fitting with everything, right? No longer a war axes, which are +3 might if you've not found them, by the way. The same cost as a pistol that gives you +1 attack. You know what I mean? What a change. I love it. Let's have a look at our courtier. So he's got a number of items here. You can see these. I think most of these you already know. The boots of the scholar grants 3 XP every time you move, and boots of wealth grants 2 gold every time you move. We also have this though. The hooded heavy cloak. Using a hooded cloak can help the wearer conceal their face and features if diligently worn. Reduces profile by 0.35 a turn. Only profile. You can see it's minimum there anyway, but still quite useful, right? I'm dropping a cash so I can buy some other things here. I want to get the commander and see what else comes up. But we've got the opportunity to have potentially a potion as well. That, as I say, that can be used outside of combat as well as in combat, which is a big change. Let's have a look at some of the other markets. See what they're stuck in. Hold on. Get out my face. Right, let's have a look at you. We've got another hood. Oh, look at this. It's the hidden blade. Right, so this is the concealed dagger, I want to say, in the base game. One of the best items in the game, right? +1 intrigue, +1 might, I think. It's redonk, right, for 35 gold. Look at it now. So 35 gold, yes. This easily concealed blade can be useful in all sorts of different ways, but don't count on it in a straight fight. +1 intrigue only. That's a great change. That is a great change. That's what I think it should be in the base game, to be honest. These changes, I don't mean to beat on Bobby a bit here, but they do feel like Bobby, the developer, could almost just take these and put them straight into the base game. That's how good we're talking. If I haven't made it clear already, in my opinion, and I'll play with it more, I may change this opinion, I'll update my video or do a new video if I do, but for now, in my opinion, this is not only a must, I think it improves the game straight up. The items become more interesting, they become more varied, they become more sensible, right? Like I said earlier, you can buy an item that gives you +3 might for the same cost. This is right now in the base game, yeah, the war axe. The same cost as an item that gives you +1 attack, right? Attack is just a function of might. The higher might you have, the more attack you have. So if you've got 5 might, you've got 5 attack, plus a bit of level. I think it might be 6 or 7. Or you can have 1 attack, get no benefit in any challenge. Do you see what it makes no sense. Anyway, look at this. Item, potion of ball strength. Exceptional strength for 20 turns, plus 3 might. Genius, you can knock that back. Suddenly, whack, you can hit some heroes hard. I'll tell you what would be cool with these, if they gave you sort of -1 might after you'd finished using it for 40 turns, right, just as a little punishment. I think could be really cool. But yeah, absolutely love some of these changes. Boots of the Scholar, yes, the same. Yeah, the same. Let's have a look what else we have. So it's based on prosperity. The more prosperous the place, the more likely these both flintlocks, they are indeed. The more prosperous the location, the more likely they are to have better items. We've got hoods again, we've got more flintlocks. I love the change of flintlocks, it's such a cool and again thematic change. Let's have a look and see what else. We ain't got many markets on this map. Well, probably my fault to be honest, I've done some naughty things. Oh, okay, let's have a look at this, the ring. Plain ring. For some reason this ring is hard to remember. Its mundane nature simply carrying it over to its wearer, whose face seems to slip the memory of all who they see as soon as they are gone. Removes 0.15 menace per turn, only very little, but that'll add up over the case, obviously. But over the case of doing things, that will slowly tick up. Am I convinced? It's a lot of turns, mind. I think I'd prefer that to be 0.2, so 5 turns to remove 1 menace. I think is fair for 35 gold. Otherwise that's fairly weak, but let's have a look at what's this. Oh, Masterwork sword, 35 gold. Oh, no, let's run this. Take some sexual smith to forge a blade from Ramston Steel. Look at all this, even adding lore. Ramston Steel, what is it? I want to know what it is. Why is it hard to work with? Why is it so much better? Tell me. You know what I mean? It just adds in every way. But anyway, look, +1 might. Only cheap, 35 gold, but again balanced, right? It's yeah. If you haven't, I'm assuming you haven't got this when I'm releasing this video. This is fairly new. I think it's only come on the workshop in the last couple of days. So have a look at this and get it. If you don't already have it, this is super good. What's this? Buy item. It's strange that the funding is there. I don't know why that's there, but whatever. Oh, it's a lesser healing potion. So what I'll do is let me just do one more. I'll buy a load of stuff if I can, try and get some more money if I can, then I'll come back and hopefully we'll have a few more items I can show off and then we'll close the video. But the summary for this is going to be pretty short and sweet, peeps. Get it. It's amazing. It improves the game. Right, I'll see you in a few seconds. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing here, gamers. This is such a good mod. It changes things up fantastically, and I'm hoping that any of you that see this video get this mod. Give this creator a lot of love and a lot of support, because hopefully they do more and we see more of this sort of stuff from them, because it's honestly, it's fantastic. We've got the items now much better balanced to start with. So I've bought a number of things here. You can see I've got the boots, I've got the +1 command, had a sword that was +1 might, bin that off and got skeleton keys. Cost me 70 gold rather than 35 now, which I think is much more fair. Reduces security by 1, no more pesky taking another 25 complexity for things. The best thing I got though was this. Look at this. Enchanted shield, +3 defense. This enchanted shield effortlessly turns aside even the deadliest mortal weapons. So I got that by exploring runes. I think that's probably going to be the more reliable way to find the epic stuff. So Warlord Talus, look at him here. He's got 7 attack and 5 defense. And obviously, as you know, defense will regen outside of each combat, so it's just obscene. I prefer that the enchanted axe is only 2 might rather than 3 as well. That seems more balanced, if I'm honest. What did I get with you? Plate of armor +2 defense. So you can see, you know, I think, in fact, let me just quickly, while we're summarising this, I'm going to go and see if I can swap this with someone, because it does say in the text there, suits of plate armor need to be custom fitted for each warrior. So let's see if I can trade it with our orc and give him the another +2 defense, right? We'll see if we can do that while I'm talking. But yes, as I said, gamers, in summary, you ought to get this mod. It is absolutely fantastic. It really shakes things up. It does change the balance quite significantly. Let's just do somebody's going to take him a while. 10 turns that I do. Oh, gutted, you can't have him. I'm just wasting my time. Okay, well, go away then. Sorry, orc. So we'll just organise a horde to do something, then I'll take a little bit of time. So yes, it changes the balance quite significantly. So as you infiltrate places, heroes cannot buy from those locations. So you could try, I don't know, maybe it'd work, maybe it wouldn't, I'm not sure, but it might be a cheesy build where using this mod you kind of infiltrate all the markets and then the heroes can't buy anything, they can't get any better, right? But I think that would be fairly easily, knowing that you could do that, just don't do it and then the problem's gone away, right? You no more do you have that issue. Who's this? Oh no, he's dead. Oh, okay, right, we'll bin that off, forget it. It's obviously wasn't meant to be one of those mod events that's fairly heinous there. So yeah, I'm sure there is some cheesy things you can do with this, but knowing that you can do those, obviously if you just elect not to do them, I think it leads to much greater narratives. I think it leads to much more interesting decisions gameplay wise. Currently, infiltrating a market has no real benefit apart from to get the city fully enshadowed so that you can then, fully infiltrated so that you can then enshadow it. This means that you're restricting the hero's access to useful weapons in that area or useful items in that area, and that can be fairly clutch. I wonder if it would be beneficial having them restricted, the heroes, having them restricted from buying things like knights if you've infiltrated the market, or even maybe if you've infiltrated a fortress they can't get knights from there or something, just things like that I think should be in the base game potentially. And as I said, the items are brilliant. The fact that they can use items outside and inside combat, way better. Using the potions inside and outside of combat is just a massive improvement to the game generally. In addition to this, it's more sensible costing. So we've talked already about the this 35 gold for the fairly mundane stuff, and then it goes up to 70. I assume there's a even higher again, price if you get a location that's extremely prosperous and has that access to such high level items. But again, that to me feels like something that should just be in the base game. That should be a standard thing. It's in every. I can't think of an RPG or anything that so that ilk where you can buy an item that is straight better than others for the same cost. Like two things cost 35 gold, one of them is just simply better, and it's not even close, right? One of them gives +1 attack, one of them gives +1 might and intrigue. That ain't a decision. It's it's so simple. So I think that needs to be improved in the base game, to be honest, and this mod is taking steps to do it, which is absolutely brilliant. It gives Bobby more time to do other things, frees up the developer to create other parts of the game. So for me, this is a must. There'll be a link in the description. I would highly recommend you click on it and get it if you haven't already. Hopefully I've convinced you this is worthwhile getting. Be aware, I will say one word of warning. The flintlock pistols are literally one use. So it's 35 gold, they fire once and then it's thrown away, you have to buy another item, right? So do be aware of that. Maybe if they were limited to one shot per combat, or even like a cooldown, like one shot every 10, 15, 20 turns, just to give them a bit more value, I think would be nice. And then they still wouldn't be able to be completely OP as it were, but they would give you more further use, because I think 35 gold for a one shot that's a bit rich for me personally. I don't think it's worth it. But I may be tempted if I was desperately trying to kill a hero, but I'd have to be pretty desperate to be doing that, I think. But yeah, apart from that, it's just it's a minor balance quibble, right? And these discussions, we weren't even having them earlier because I would never ever buy the flintlock pistol in its base state, in the normal game state. I wouldn't ever, right? It's completely pointless. So get this mod, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this video. You know all the stuff. Hopefully if you like it, hit the like button, feel free to comment, all that good stuff. There's memberships. You can become a channel member if you wish. You can become a gamer. Thank you to my only member so far, Fed and Canned. Very much appreciate you supporting the channel for as long as you have. And yes, I'll hopefully see you all on the next video, where we'll be covering, I think, unless anything drastic happens, the Void God. I'm currently recording something now, just waiting for it to be, there's a little bit of a bug with him, I'm just waiting for it to be fixed, and then I will release my full video and full summary. Get this mod, guys, it's absolutely incredible. Keeper's item and, item expansion and accessories or something like that. There'll be a link, grab it. Right, that's enough from me. I'll see you on the next video.